Dear students, welcome to Anvarsha School of Educational Thought. This 9th biology class, and we are here with the 10th lecture of Why Do We Fall Ill? And our today's topic will be acquired immunity. The second type of immunity. First type, the innate immunity. We have discussed it thoroughly. Now we will discuss the acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is that immunity which is adapted by a person after the birth. Before birth or in the intrauterine life, this acquired immunity is not present in an individual. So you will remember as a definition, acquired immunity is that immunity which is acquired by an individual after the birth. It is specific in action. It has you will remember here two important types of cells. It has T cells and B cells. The body's T cells, immune systems, our body has a specific system to combat these diseases, and that is the immune system. Immune system has specific cells, T cells, B cells. They play main role in acquired immunity, in this adaptive immunity. So you will remember T cells, B cells. Now I will explain what this specificity in action means. The innate immunity, we have seen that was not specific for any microbe. For example, bacteria, it is specific for, it will generate a specific action against bacteria. It will generate a specific action against the fungal disease. It will generate a specific action against a virus molecule. Its actions are very specific for specific microbes. That's called as specificity. For example, I will cite here an example you will better understand by this. For example, this is a bacteria. As you know, every disease has a causative agent. For example, this bacteria, it attacks an individual. It attacks this individual. This is a newborn individual. Still, it has no acquired immunity. This individual has only the innate immunity which he has got in the intrauterine life. Now, how acquired immunity generates? This bacteria, when it infects this baby, what its immune system does? Till now, its immune system was very silent. It was not generated yet. Now when an infectious agent came into its body, entered its body, immune system is activated. When immune system is activated, there are specific cells in our immune system. Those are called as B cells. B cells get activated. B cells get the signal that someone foreign has entered the body. When these B cells get activated, what they does, they generate antibodies. They generate immune response against this antigen which has been recognized as foreign, by the body. The immune system generates response now to eradicate this antigen, this particular foreign substance. Now what B cells did, they generate an immune system. They generate a defense mechanism to combat this disease. That mechanism is generated through the generation of antibodies. This is the structure of antibodies. Antibodies look like Y. They look like this. Their shape is like this, something like this, somehow like this. These antibodies were not present till now in this child. Now, first time when he got a bacterial infection, the bacterial agents, bacterial toxins in his body acted as the foreign substances, and its immune system mounted a response against it, and antibodies were formed in this baby. And these antibodies will remain forever, lifelong. This is the beauty of this acquired immunity. These antibodies will remain forever in this person, in this baby, and And whenever this bacteria will encounter this person again, these antibodies are already now formed, and they will generate an immediate response against it and will throw it out from the body through different mechanisms. Now you have to remember here that how acquired immunity, I explained it here in this with this diagram somehow, that how acquired immunity is acquired by a person. Now these 2 points are clear. T cells, B cells, they are very much important in this acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is also called as adaptive immunity because it is adapted after the birth. What these T cells, B cells are, in our body, like blood, there is another fluid that's called as lymph. And these T cells and B cells are the cells of this lymph. They are not present in the blood, but they are present in the lymph nodes. They are called as lymphocytes. For example, RBCs are present in blood. They are called as erythrocytes. Erythros means blood. In the same way, these T and B cells are called as lymphocytes. Now, B cell action, I have described here how B cells generate antibodies. They generate antibodies. And what now these T cells does? T cells give a specific recognition to the immune system that which molecule is self, body's own, and which molecule is not self. This is the main function of the T cells. T cells, for example, this is the antigen. When I will explain here when T cells are activated, this antigen came into the body, and there is a protein which is needed by T cells to be attached to this antigen so that T cells can recognize this MHC molecule. This is a protein. It gets attached to this antigen, and this antigen is then along with body's own molecule is presented to the T cell. If it is not presented with its own body's own MHC molecule, the T cell will not recognize it. So I have here explained that the T cell gives a signal to the body, that signal to the immune system which molecule is self and which is not self, so that immune system will not generate any response towards its own cells. In some diseases, in some autoimmune diseases like cancer, our own immune system acts against our cells. They are called as autoimmune disorders. So non-self recognition is the function of T cells, and antibody generation is the function of these B cells. Vaccines I will discuss in new lecture.